It is always good to see cars that have been discontinued years ago making a comeback in an all-new avatar. The Baleno name was resurrected by Maruti last year, and now it's Hyundai's turn, and it is resurrecting the Tucson nameplate. But it is not the plastic-clad SUV that we remember from over a decade ago. It is this, a brand new and sleek compact SUV that aims to resurrect a segment that has stayed low profile and dormant for many years.
Well, the Tucson is pretty much designed to look like a baby Santa Fe, and when you look at it, it sort of shows. It's got a very flat-nosed SUV-like stance, and the first thing that jumps at you is this 3-slat grille. You also get the typical fluidic design swept-back headlamps with LED low beam and a halogen high beam structure here, and you get a daytime running light all across here on the top. You also get an additional daytime running light on the bottom here, which is just below the fog lamp. Now, the diamond cut alloy wheel has been some sort of a signature move for Hyundai in the past, and they've been really popular on the i20 and the Creta, and you've seen some variants do really well after the addition of that, and the Tucson gets them as well. These are 18-inch wheels, and the design might be a little too busy for some, but as a package I think they go really well.
Around the back, the twin rhombus-shaped exhaust tips combined with the LED tail lamps wrap up the design really well, and we are glad that Hyundai has kept the tailgate free of any unnecessary chrome, as this simple design makes the Tucson look a lot more European and cleaner. The design seems inspired by the Creta, but the quality of the plastics and the overall design is more appealing. The dashboard itself is finished in a black and beige combination, and although it will appeal to the masses, an all-black interior like the Hexa would have felt a lot more upmarket. The large 8-inch touchscreen takes center stage and gets navigation, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and is also quite responsive to the touch. Most owners will be chauffeur-driven, and even though the Tucson is compact on the outside, there is a lot of space in the rear to comfortably seat 3 people. The rear seats also fold down with a 60-40 split, and this means you can recline them to get more comfortable. To add to rear seat convenience, there are rear AC vents, and you get a proper roof-mounted retractable seat belt for the middle passenger instead of a lap belt.
There are quite a few people today in India who would prefer buying a petrol-powered SUV, but well, in this segment diesel is still king, and more often than not, it is an automatic. And that's exactly what we've got for you today. Now, this is a 2-litre turbo diesel unit, 4-cylinder of course, and has 182 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque, which means it's a lot more powerful than most other SUVs in the segment. And it actually shows. It translates to on-road performance rather than just being more powerful on paper. But what really impresses me is the fact that the NVH levels are very worked upon, and below 2,500 RPM you can almost not listen to the engine, which is quite remarkable. Above that, the engine is a little noisy, but again not as intrusive, and you can actually see the amount of work done. When you open the door, you can actually see the deadening pads that are used in the front fender, and all of this means that the car is quieter, which means you can drive for much longer and not get as fatigued.
The Tucson is a comfortable car, and the chassis has been set up to offer a more pliant ride as compared to better handling, but it does surprise us by being responsive as long as you don't push it too hard. The Tucson doesn't break your back over a pothole and is actually very comfortable over smooth and broken roads. There is a bit of body roll when you push the car beyond its comfort zone, and this gets compounded when you go through a set of tighter corners faster. The steering is better than we've seen on the likes of the i20 and feels very well weighed. The Tucson is priced at 18,99,000 rupees to 21,79,000 rupees for the petrol and 21,59,000 to 24,99,000 rupees for the diesel. It goes up against the likes of the Honda CR-V and the SsangYong Rexton, both of which haven't seen great sales lately. That said, the Tucson will not be a volume product for Hyundai, but does cement its position as an SUV maker and perfectly bridges the gap between the cheaper Creta and the more expensive Santa Fe.